The first symposium of our convention will enhance our appreciation for the superiority of God's kingdom over man rule. What governmental arrangement has Jehovah set up, and why can we put our complete confidence in those appointed as rulers? Listen attentively as Brother Anthony Pratt, an elder from the Freeport English congregation, begins this symposium with the segment Appreciating the Thrones of Divine Rulership, Jehovah's Throne. Thereafter, each speaker will introduce the next.
The prophet Daniel, he was privileged to see a vision of Jehovah's throne. He was one of the few men, physical men, who did this. When he was given that vision of Jehovah's throne, he saw thrones and he saw the Ancient of Days. He sat down, and Daniel was given a superlative vision of Jehovah's throne. What he saw hair like clean, fine wool. He saw thrones as the flames of fire. The wheels on the throne, they were burning. It was an awesome, awe-inspiring sight. And truly that must have touched Daniel's heart when he saw the vision of Jehovah's throne. But when we think about a throne, and when the word throne is used in the Bible, that word often denotes royal authority, position, or power. Now in Psalm 103:19, it really tells us more about this throne, Jehovah's throne. So please turn me there to Psalm 103:19. And let's see how Jehovah's throne is described. Psalm 103:19 says, Jehovah has firmly established his throne in the heavens, and his kingship rules over everything. So, did you notice that Jehovah's power, his position, his royal authority, it said has been firmly established in the heavens. It isn't going anywhere. It's there to stay. And his kingship rules over everything. Jehovah rules over everything. Physical, animate, inanimate, living, non-living. Jehovah rules over everything. So Jehovah could rightly be called the universal sovereign. And as the universal sovereign, Jehovah being our creator, he has the power to set laws, commands, and principles for our benefit. No one else in the universe has the power to do that. In the starry heavens and in our galaxies, Jehovah has set laws that governs the stars, that governs the planets. And those laws are so unique, so precise, that planets don't collide with one another. Stars don't collide with one another. That's Jehovah setting his laws, his superlative laws. Jehovah has also set moral laws for us to abide by. And these laws are for our benefit. For example, the physical laws that we talk about just now. Take, for example, the law of gravity. If we go on a skyscraper, if we go on a mountain, and if we drop, what would happen without a parachute? We will die. Instant death. If with moral laws, if we live sexually immoral lives, overeating, over-drinking, we may not die right away. But if our life course is not changed or turned around, we will definitely die a slow death. So Jehovah's laws, it governs is for our benefit, and he alone has the right to set all of those laws in motion. As sovereign and as the creator, the ruler over everything, Jehovah has the power, he has the authority to grant rulership and kingship to others. He has granted rulership and kingship to his son, Christ Jesus. Christ Jesus, in turn, has given power and rulership to 144,000 co-rulers. So, this symposium this morning, we will answer 3 questions. The 3 questions that we will answer in the symposium this morning is 1. Why is theocracy, or rule by God, superior to man's governments? 2. What makes Jesus an excellent king? And 3. Why will the 144,000 be good rulers? These 3 questions will be answered during the symposium this morning. So first, let's answer the first question. Why is theocracy, or rule by God, superior to man's governments? Well, number one, simply put, Jehovah can protect his people from any threat that is against them. The governments, the nations today, when other nations have a war against them, many innocent lives are lost of its subjects. But with Jehovah, he can protect us in superlative ways. Notice how that is described vividly in the book of Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 21. Please turn me there and let's see how Jehovah protects his people today. Isaiah chapter 33, then we read verses 21 and 22. There it says, "But there the majestic one, Jehovah, will be for us a region of rivers, of wide canals, where no galley fleet will go, and no majestic ships will pass by." Let's stop here briefly. It describes our ruler, Jehovah, as the majestic one. And it says that he will be for us a region of rivers and of wide canals. What word picture does that bring to your mind? Well, we can think of a moat. We might be familiar with those old English castles, and around those castles there's a moat, or there's a wide canal or a wide river around those castles, those small islands. Those moats are there as a defense mechanism. So if any invading army comes, that town or that city could ready itself, and that deep water is the source of defense mechanism for that castle or that small island. Jehovah, in a sense, is a moat for us. We're his people, and Jehovah is surrounding us like that moat, that wide river and that wide canal. And it says there, no galley fleet will go, and no majestic ships will pass by. So no matter how big that enemy is, no matter how much ships they have, no matter what super tanker they have, what stealth bomber they have, no matter what weapons of war they have, Jehovah says that these ones will not succeed. He is our river, he is our moat, he will protect us. Verse 22 gives us added confidence and reasons of why we can really trust Jehovah as our ruler and sovereign. Verses 22 says, "For Jehovah is our judge, Jehovah is our lawgiver, Jehovah is our king." And this is the reassuring part here. He is the one who will save us. So no matter what enemy threatens us as a group, as a people, Jehovah gives us the assurance, he being our sovereign, he being our creator, he gives us the assurance that he will be the one who will save us. A comforting thought for all of us today. Why we can have this assurance and this confidence is because the type of ruler Jehovah is. Jehovah's rulership is based on love. His rulership is based on justice. He loves every single one of his subjects today. He hates to see oppression. Jehovah hates to see injustice. So thereby, that is reflected in his rule. But contrast that though with all of the governments today. When we watch the news and we see what's happening in the world today, the world is in chaos. The wars in the Middle East, the corruption, the hard economic times, the kidnapping of young children. Every time we watch the news, we see militant groups and governments, they're really oppressing and killing the people. They have no love for their subjects. There's a lot of oppression and a lot of injustice. So truly, Jehovah's government, Jehovah's throne, Jehovah's rulership is far superior to any governments or rulers today. Knowing that, how should that make you and I feel? Well, it encourages us to stick to Jehovah's theocracy, to stick to his rulership. See how Jehovah's rulership affects us today. The preceding part that we just had with the interviewees, we've seen how Jehovah's rulership really enriched and blessed their lives. We are in a spiritual paradise today. We are tied in with our brothers from all over the world in Atlanta, Georgia, brothers from all over the world convene on the spot. And you and I today will be a part of that united worldwide brotherhood, worshiping, serving Jehovah together. Truly, we are in a spiritual paradise today. On our program today, we will be discussing present kingdom blessings. And the kingdom blessings that we discuss today on our program, it's only a glimpse, a small foretaste of what Jehovah has in store for us in the very near future when he clears away this earth and his rulership takes over all of earth's affairs. So, how can you and I benefit from Jehovah's rulership today? Well, all of us can make our future secure by upholding Jehovah's sovereignty today. Please give your attention to Brother Heath Kemp as he develops the next talk in the Symposium, Appreciating the Thrones of Divine Rulership, Jesus' Throne.